Hello, this is Nate from TrainerRoad, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a custom workout. Okay, so to view your custom workouts, just launch the desktop app. It's under Workouts, and then the tab Custom. At first, you won't have any custom workouts in here, so just click the Create Custom Workout tab. That will launch our workout creator. The first time you do that, it'll actually install it for you off the website. So now, I'm just going to log in. You only have to do that once, it'll remember you afterwards. And now I'm going to click Create Custom Workout. I'm going to be creating a ladder threshold workout today, so I'm going to call this Threshold Ladders. Okay, so right now I have a blank workout. Down here are workout snippets. These are predefined intervals that you're going to drag and drop onto this blank workout. You can create them your own later, but right now I'm just going to walk you through how to use these. So I'm going to drag this stepped warm-up onto the left side so that it starts at the very beginning of my workout. Okay, there we go. You can see I can select any of these intervals and adjust them how I want. So for example, if I click this interval right here, it starts at 7 minutes. It's a 2-minute interval, ends at 9 minutes, and the FTP is 65%. So yeah, that's another thing to remember, that everything here is all in percent of FTP. This line right here represents 100% FTP. The reason why we do that is that as your FTP changes and you get more fit or less fit if you take time off, the workout will automatically scale to your fitness. This also helps in the future when we add the ability to share workouts. Okay, so I'm going to now take this 1-minute interval section and drag it up here onto the workout. And I'm going to click repeat. I'm just going to repeat that 5 or 6 times. So I just click this repeat button up here. What that did was copy whatever my selection is. So this first part, I'm using the mouse scroll wheel, and then I'm going to move down to 85% FTP. The next one, I'm going to hit 90. Then I'm going to scroll down to 95. I'll leave that 100. Then I'm going to walk back down, 95. Where was I? 90. And then 85. You can see here I have, before my warm-up, I have this little section right here that I don't need. I can select this, and I can either hit delete selection or I can hit the delete key on the keyboard, which I'm going to do right now. And now I'm going to just drop another placeholder here, just so I have another interval. And I'm going to make a little rest period at 40% FTP. And I'm going to make this short to let's do 4 minutes. Here's another little extra piece. I'm going to delete this as I go. Okay, so now I have one of my sets that I want for this workout. What I can do is I can click here and then click this last section. So here's the first work section, here's the last. I held down Control to select both of them. And if I have a repeat selection, you can see that it's smart enough to highlight everything that's in between. So I'm going to click this, click it again, click it again. Now I have 4 nice intervals going on. Really easy to create. I have some extra here at the end. Right now it's an hour and 46-minute workout. But I'll highlight this. This time I'm going to click here, delete. Okay, now I have a 57-minute and 50-second workout. I'm going to actually up this to 1 hour. Push enter. So now I have an hour workout. Now, this is a pretty good workout. You can see up here the TSS is 59, intensity factor 78. Let's say I want to make this a little bit harder. That's kind of in the danger zone of tempo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag and select all of my workouts. And I'm going to raise everything up. I'm using the mouse scroll wheel right now. I could also use this if I wanted. Let's move it up to 5 FTP. So right now, that's an intensity factor of 0.84, TSS 70. I like that. That's going to be a good workout. Now I can publish it by hitting this. Saves it, publishing the workout. Oh, this is good to see. We just got a little error from the website. I'm just going to publish it again, and this time I bet it will work. Yeah, so occasionally we gotta get errors from the website. If you ever see an error or it says it doesn't publish, just retry. We'll build in retry logic later into our app. Okay, so now I have the workout's kind of done. I've made it. I have a nice threshold workout. One thing that I want to show you right down here is these white boxes, or are these white boxes. What these white boxes signify are predefined intervals in the TrainerRoad software. So there's this box here called rest level. And if I click on that, this rest level shows up. So anything above this line will be automatically calculated as an interval, and anything below this will be a rest period, which we won't calculate. So I think it makes sense when I start moving this down. So notice when I move it below here, now this becomes an interval. If I move it lower, that's an interval. And this might be the way some of you like to work out, where even your warm-up is predefined. But notice these rest periods are still below the rest interval, and they're not going to be defined. So if I go down even further, I can make everything an interval. So everything will get a countdown every time you switch, and everything will be calculated at the end with a normalized, all the averages and that kind of stuff. If I raised it up here, I can make it that, the only interval here is the top. I don't want that. I'm going to go back just with the default so that all of these workouts are the same. I've changed this because I've changed the rest interval, so it says in a draft state. I'm going to click publish. And now it's been published. And if I come back to the workout creator and I refresh my workouts, it will drag in my threshold ladders. And I have a workout. It's as simple as that. Thanks for watching.